When I came down here today, everything was just soaking wet on the floor. Hey friends, I'm Remy, welcome. So this is the last time that I'm going to be coming at you from this greenhouse. I shot my last few videos in here just because I didn't really have anywhere else to shoot them at. But I've been doing some work on a little BookNook that I'm going to be able to actually make hopefully better videos in. It took a little while because I had a setback with some water getting in the basement. Maybe not the best idea to store books in the basement, but anyway, we're going to get into all that and you're going to be able to see all the setbacks that I had along the way, and hopefully you enjoy. Let's go. So this is the current situation that I'm dealing with here. I'm also refinishing my dresser, hence the giant pile of clothes on the floor. That's not typical for me. But anyway, I got books all over the place. I got them up in my closet. I got this little bookshelf in here. I've got them on the floor of my closet as well. They're just, it's a mess in here right now. You know, I just got piles wherever I could find room for them. And that's why I decided to make the BookNook, just to give me more space in my own bedroom, as well as to have a place where all my books can be on display. I can chill out and not be in the same room where I'm sleeping as. Anyway, so I started putting together a couple bookshelves that I got from Walmart. They are not particularly good quality, but they're cheap and they get the job done. And I do plan on eventually building my own anyway. So the fact that the tall ones are $35 is not, I'm not going to be missing them whenever I move on to the ones that I build. And then I started just bringing all the books that I have downstairs, just getting everything down there so I could start to sort them out and decide how I wanted to display things. So here is everything that I brought down. It's not quite all the books I have here. I left the leather bounds upstairs, as well as some that I knew I just wouldn't be reading anytime soon, as well as the books I'm planning on getting rid of. But yeah, even with just what I have here, it's going to be more than I can fit on these 3 shelves. I'm going to have to get another one of the tall ones to put where the white one is. And even then, I'm going to have to kind of pick and choose a little bit of what I'm going to keep down here and what I'm going to have to put into storage. But anyway, now I guess I have to sort them by genre, so that'll be fun. Okay, so I have everything roughly sorted. Everything on the table is what I have read. And over here, this pile, everything that's just thrown there are the books that I'm going to be putting into storage. Then over here, we have graphic novels, biographies, political books, history, philosophy. This stack of 3 is science. This stack of 3 is classics. And we've got lit-fic as well as some kind of random nonfiction. Here we have horror, or just like Stephen King, pretty much. There's one book in there that isn't Stephen King. Then we have fantasy, sci-fi, dystopia, and western. Yeah, so that's everything. Now, I've got to actually put it on the shelves. Alright, I am done for the night because it's pretty late. I got everything put away as best as I could. Although this isn't going to be the final way that it's set up because I'm going to sort them out a little bit more. Just got a little bit too tired for that tonight. But they're all sorted by genre now. So starting with the books that I have read, we got sci-fi up here. We got fantasy on this shelf. Then we've got lit fic and genre fiction. We've got graphic novels. We've got classics and nonfiction. More nonfiction, as well as just some books that I don't really care about all that much, that I'll probably be getting rid of at some point. Right here we have Full Metal Alchemist first, the box set. Then we also have my approximate TBR for the year. I know that I've left out some of the books that I was planning on reading this year. They're around here somewhere, but I couldn't remember all of them off the top of my head. Then down here we got classics, more classics, and then some Stephen King, some lit fic, and a couple other random doodads. Over here, again, we got sci-fi. Then we've got a little bit of sci-fi, then classics, as well as my one Western. Or not classics, but fantasy. Fantasy continued, and then down here we have science, and then down here on the bottom we have science and history. My 2 unread graphic novels right there, and then down here we just got all my political books that I haven't read yet. And then this is what the pile came out to be of everything that I'm taking back up. Some of them just because I had doubles, like The Last Argument of Kings and some of the Wheel of Time books, as well as one of the Dark Tower books. But everything else I just don't really have any interest in reading anytime soon. Honestly, I'll probably get rid of a quarter of these at least. Yeah, but anyway, that's it. So, disaster has struck. I'm very glad that I didn't end up leaving those books on the floor last night, because when I came down here today, everything was just soaking wet on the floor. So, we've had some problems with water before, but our tank burst. Our water softener tank burst. And we have a sub pump in the room that has the water softener tank in it, but the floor is not level. So all the water from there kind of seeped out into the room that I just put all my books in, as well as our bigger storage room in the basement as well. And like I said, this isn't the first time we've had problems with water in our basement, but we thought we were good. So I was sucking up the water for a while, and eventually I decided that it wasn't really worth it. This carpet's been flooded anyway, so it should have been replaced years ago. So I'm just gonna tear it all out and start over. It really sucked. I had to move everything that I had just set up in order to get all the carpet out. It was very demoralizing, but ultimately it was definitely the right choice. And since we have had slight problems with mold down here over the years, I decided that it'd be a good idea to just give a very thorough cleaning to the floor and walls, and then just repaint everything. We've been a lot better recently about keeping a dehumidifier in the basement to prevent more mold growth, but we never fully addressed the mold that was there, so that had to be done. And then I started with Kills primers. Supposedly it helps prevent mold. And then I just put on a coat of white paint after that. I'm not going to show you me painting both coats since they're the same color. And then I decided to put on a coating on the floor as well. I ended up putting about 3 coats on the floor in here because the floor leveler that was used was very thirsty. So I had to use a little bit more than I expected to. But anyway, didn't take all that much to get the little room done. The big room was a lot more work, but that's a story for another time. So after I finished up the room, I decided that I wanted a couple more small bookshelves, just so I didn't have to have as many books just laying around on a table or on the top of bookshelves. And like I said, these bookshelves are super cheap from Walmart. Again, not the highest quality, but they do the job just fine. And then here I am again, just sorting out all my books for the second time. And after I get done with the books that I've read, I kind of just am over it and just start throwing books wherever they fit. It took me a lot longer to get this done than I thought it was going to, and I was actually leaving the very next morning to California to go see my girlfriend. So I was very much in a time crunch and just trying to get things done as fast as possible. Alright, so this is it. This is the setup. I'm really happy with how everything's turned out so far. I'll probably do a little bit more tweaking with the lighting, and then I do actually have to arrange most of the books behind me. But for the most part, this is it. It's nice to have like my own space where I can just like display everything and just hang out, because it's been pretty cramped in that little room for quite a while. So definitely glad that I did this, even though there were quite a few setbacks along the way and a lot of frustration with that. Is it the best idea to store books in your basement? Probably not, but it's my only option for now, and it's not a long-term thing. It's just for a little while. But anyway, really happy with how it turned out. Glad I did this, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.